Hello, everybody. This is gonna be my playthrough of No More Heroes, a game that I remember very fondly. It was the reason that I really got into Suda 51, Suda Goichi games. Sorry. Um, some people give you flack if you call them Suda 51. Um, and I think I at the time I acknowledged that it had a lot of flaws, plenty of them gameplay, a lot of them thematic, kind of like some skeezier moments here and there. But overall, I really loved it. And I remember the review in Nintendo Power for this game, I think, was strange in that it made this really strong. Was it a review or was it just a random article? There was an article in Nintendo Power. I don't know if it was a review, but it mentioned that people should support games like this, that people should go out and seek out the works of Suda 51, Suda Goichi. It's going to be a problem this whole time. And play more games like this because the world needed more games like No More Heroes. And that's sort of how I discovered Suda Goichi. You know, I went back and saw what else he'd made. I watched a playthrough because I didn't have any money of Killer 7, and I fell in love with it then, even though it was one of those old YouTube playthroughs where that was segmented. It was like 240, 480p or something, and it was segmented in 10-minute increments. So there were a lot of parts to it. But I remember thinking, man, this is really cool. And then I tried to play it, and I didn't like it. And then I tried to watch another playthrough of it in higher res, and I thought, I should actually try to beat this. So I'm going to try to play through this game again. It's been a long time since I played it. Obviously, there haven't been any... There was that PS3 port a while ago, and that wasn't good. But I think a lot of it has to do with the game. I think the No More Heroes is definitely designed around the Wii Remote, which I have one of here. I don't think you actually need the sensor bar, but you do need the sensor bar because I'm running it through a Wii U, since that has an HDMI, and that needs the sensor bar just to launch the Wii part of the console. So yeah, it's been a while since I played it. I think it has, I don't know if it's aged well or not. I remember really liking the combat at first, or the first time I played it, so we'll see how that goes. But I think more than the combat, I think just the overall presentation and style of this game are what I really fell in love with, and what kind of started my journey as like a big Suda Goichi fan. So if I can figure out how to use this, we won't start here ever again, just because the bar is in a weird place. I don't know how to actually use it. The Wii sucked, man. Of course, the appropriate the Wii warnings of not destroying your family while you're playing. Have you and or Kyle finished Alex? I don't think I definitely have not. I'm maybe about halfway through. I don't know about Kyle. I don't know how much he's played, but I can't imagine he's finished it yet. But I'm at the point where I've gotten kind of into the groove. I'm not as nauseous when I play it for longer periods of time. The head still kind of hurts, but yeah, I'm really liking it. I don't know where I'm at with the reviews yet. It does feel a little bit overplayed, but yeah, I'm still kind of sticking with it for sure. Yeah, I think, man, Grasshopper knows how to make these really cool intros. 'Cause, like, that title work doesn't even feel like, all right, let's just skip this. Let's get to the game. Come on, like they know how to do a good job at that stuff for sure. The copyright here says 2007. I believe the game was released in 2007 in Japan and came out in the U.S. January 2008. So the difficulties here are sweet and mild. Sweet is the harder one, or sweet is the easier one. Mild is the harder one. I'm gonna go with mild, just because I like mild stuff. It's weird to say. Is it weird to say you like mild stuff? And boy, I don't know if it's showing up on the stream, but some really rough artifacting here. Like, all the edges here are pretty rough, but I actually think the animation work does look pretty nice. Just gonna let this roll.
I know a lot of gamers out there don't have much patience. At least that's what Bishop, the dude at the video store, said. So I'm at the register, then I realized I got no money. I was seriously broke. Why? Because I met this smoking hot chick last night at the deathmatch bar. Man, she smelled good. So being the gentleman I am, I bought her a drink. Anywho, I decided to get a job. The gig? Assassinate the Drifter. So I went where I was supposed to and waited for the guy to show up. And there he was, this cat, well-dressed, cool, couldn't tell if he was the shit or just plain old shit. Yeah, so he's stylish, fast, aggressive, and packing heat. Bada bing. Or at least it was supposed to be. Till she showed up. Her name? Sylvia Crystal, an agent with this whatchamacallit association.
Congratulations. You are certified as the 11th best hitman. How about getting rid of the 10 killers above you and aim for the top?
I want to be number 1. How's that? Short and simple enough for you? It's gonna be a long, hard road. But who knows? Could kick ass. Could be dangerous. Could totally suck. What do you say, bro? Join me. Let's see how far we can take this. And for you there holding the Wii remote right now, just press the A button. Let the bloodshed begin.
This is the A button. Yeah, so immediate reaction is that, like, I totally remember the Sylvia Crystal character not being super great in terms of fan servicey, but I don't know. I think her accent is maybe the weirdest thing about her. I should turn this down for me. Oh yeah, this game's rated like a hard. This game's like a hard M, because of all the blood and stuff.
Yo, help me out here. Where's this death metal dude? Bad answer. It's game time.
That's me. He's talking to me. Yeah, let's run through the tutorial.
Hey, he's over here.
Beam Katana. First, the A button to swing the Beam Katana. Use the Beam Katana to attack enemies. Once an enemy's life runs out, you will be able to go into Death Blow mode. Swing the Wii remote in the direction shown by the arrow on the screen. So maybe you do need the bar. Succeeding, you will strike a finishing blow to the enemy. A successful death blow will cause the slots at the bottom of the screen to spin. If the slots line up, you'll be able to unleash various special attacks. That's satisfying. I mean, the blood spray's a little much, but, you know, it's an over-the-top action game. What are you going to do? The gauge on the right side of the screen is the Beam Katana's battery power. Each attack made with the Beam Katana will drain some of its battery. You will not be able to use the Beam Katana once its batteries run out. Now, recharge your Beam Katana. Press the 1 button and go into charge mode. I think it's aged. I think the art style has aged okay, Mike Fam. It's obviously, like, I think the Wii kind of pigeonholes it and it looks really jagged on this system, but I think it looks alright. Like, there's some of the animation stuff is a lot from the era. Swing the Wii remote until it recharge. So this is the part where, you know, he kind of made this game. He says he makes this. He said he made this game almost primarily because of this. You go, you do that, and then because it looks like you're jerking off, you know. But I'm not. I assure you. At least not now. Continue the tutorial. I remember there being like high and low stances, but we'll see. Locking on and blocking. Press the Z button to lock on. Locking on allows you to move around in relation to that enemy. If you are attacked while locked on, you will block the attack. On sweet difficulty, you will auto block when standing still. Try blocking an enemy attack. I blocked the attack. I did it.
Hey, he's over here.
Emergency evade. Hold the Z button and press control pad to the left, right, or down to perform an emergency evade. Enemy attacks cannot hit you during an emergency evade. Use the plus control pad to perform an emergency evade. So this had like dodging and stuff, you know? I dodged. Continue the tutorial. Weapon clash. If Travis's sword attack and an enemy hit each other, a weapon clash will occur. Win an weapon clash and you will enter death blow mode. Attack with a slash attack. So now I think I gotta spin it, right? This is weapon clash. Swing the Wii remote in the direction shown on the screen.
Go, go, go! Yeah!
And then let me do the death blow. Win a weapon clash and you will enter death blow mode. Swing the Wii remote in the direction shown by the arrow on the screen. Down attack. A button will appear when close to a downed enemy. Press the A button to perform a down attack. Perform a down attack on an enemy. That's neat. Slicing high and low. The beam katana attack can be switched between high and low attacks. Use high attacks to hit enemies guarding low. Hold the Wii remote upright and Travis will adopt a high slashing stance, then swing the beam katana to perform a high slash. So there's like high and low stances based on like holding the remote like this and holding it like that.
What a pain!
Did it. Tilt the Wii remote forward and Travis will adapt a low slashing stance. So this is the same as...
Hey, he's over here!
Continue the tutorial. Beat attacks. Press the B button to perform a beat attack. Beat attacks will break an enemy's guard. Beat attacks also have high and low versions. A high beat attack can be performed from a high stance, low from low. Hitting enemy guarding with a high beat attack to stun them in the same way. Beating enemy blocking low. It's a weird way to break guard, but... The enemy is now stunned. A stunned enemy is totally defenseless. You can follow up with a beam katana attack. Wipe out the remaining enemies. One thing they don't point out is that I think high attacks are faster than low attacks. So I think low attacks are by default your heavy attacks.
Hey, he's over here!
Throws. First stun an enemy. Once an enemy is stunned, press the B button to grab them again. So you get to do like a wrestling kind of throw. This is going to be weird with the mic in the way, but... So you got to do like a suplex, basically. You get to do a suplex, which is cool. There's a lot of wrestling stuff in Suda's games, and I think this is probably the one with the most. Charge speed attack. Hold down B button to charge up your attack. When you have charged your attack to max, you will unleash a charged beat attack. If a charged speed attack hits an enemy, it will automatically be stunned.
Hey, he's over here!
Probably could have gotten all three. Also, like that the death blows have like an AoE, so I got both of them at once. All right, this tutorial's going on for a while. Charge slash. Hold down the A button and you will build up power with the beam katana. Release A button at the right time to perform a charge slash. Upper charge slashes can be unleashed without letting go of the button. The longer you build up power, the stronger the attack will be. This attack can also hit multiple enemies at once, making it useful when surrounded. There are two types of charge attacks, high and low. A high charge attack can be performed high stance, low stance. A high charge attack is strong against enemies in front of you. You cannot move while charging a high charge attack. After a set period of time, the charge attack will be unleashed automatically. Is this a better game than Killer 7? It's probably a little bit more approachable than Killer 7, but I think Killer 7 is the best game ever made, so it's not as good as Killer 7. Necessarily. A low charge attack is strong against enemies to the side of you. You can move while charging up a low attack. Try attacking enemies with charge attack.
Hey, he's over here!
Oh. They don't tell you about how much battery it uses up. Hey, Count Pickle. Good evening to you as well. This is the end of the tutorial. I don't remember how much they actually do with the high and low stance stuff. I know they do a lot more of it in No More Heroes 2, which I think if you're... It's hard because I think that if I were to recommend like a starter Suda game, it would probably be No More Heroes 2, although he didn't actually direct that one. He kind of like co-directed and shifted a little bit of his responsibilities to a secondary director whose name I forget. But that's probably the most like pure fun Suda game that still kind of has a lot of its trademarks in it. I don't think it's as interesting a game, but it's definitely like a refinement of everything they do in this game. But part of the reason I kind of held off for a little bit is because there was that direct this morning that was rumored before it came out, but I was honestly kind of hoping they'd announce like a Switch port or something, so I could actually wait until then. But if they're not going to port it to Switch, which you would think they would, I could totally see them like the second I finish this game that they announced that. Because so far, there's some interesting aspects. I think waving the Wii Remote is maybe like, it was like a kind of a novelty at the time. Come here. And it's not like a super in-depth game. I wouldn't say it has like the best combat system of an action game by far, but I think it's more of a combination of like, I think the style of it is actually kind of interesting, and I like it. It's definitely dated, but I think that and like the style of it, I think is still really strong. But that said, I don't think it. I think if they, I'm curious to see what they do with 3, because I don't think this exact style of game, or even like this level of combat, I think holds up today. But it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see what they do with No More Heroes 2. Yeah, I remember asking him about whether or not you'd be able to wave the Joy-Con, and I remember him saying that is in the cards, that part of the game will be that the game would best be played using the Joy-Cons the same way you use these. And yeah, then you get all these power-ups. I don't remember what this one does. I think it just slows everybody down. One thing that's maybe a little hard to get across here is that it just feels, even if it's like, it already feels a little bit like mashy. Like, pulling off the Deathless feels good. So yeah, enemies do feel like they are, like they do guard some of your attacks. So. The one thing I'm having trouble with so far is it's hard to discern kind of what stands by default. Right now it just feels like I'm waiting until I'm kind of guessing and then attacking based on whatever they. But there could be a visual tell to tell you whether they're guarding high or low. I should have try to have it up at all times. Oh, this is where I came in from. So they do want me to go back. Like, I think now, if they were to make a No More Heroes 3, well, not if. I think in No More Heroes 3, I would imagine there's probably be at least a sprint button. Ooh. Oh, those multi-kills do feel good. I like those. Of course, this is really only the first level, so I can't imagine. And they're gonna get too crazy with them now. Okay, so that guy was very clearly blocking high. Actually, I wish you literally moved faster when that happened, and not just that the enemies were slowed down. I think also one of to me, one of the most enduring aspects of this game is the soundtrack. I think, gosh, I think his first name is Masafumi, but I don't remember the last name. But his soundtracks for Grasshopper games are usually pretty good. Which is actually part of why I was disappointed that they hired a DJ to do the soundtrack for Travis Strikes Again. And it wasn't him, because now I think Akira Yamaoka works there. So I would love for there to be. Oh, there he is. That is definitely an intentional dodge. I mean, they do a lot of riffs on this song, and I enjoy this version. And there's a lot of, they have a main theme and they do it like here. Like this is the same theme as before, it's just a different rendition of it. Definitely had a lot of ringtones in high school of this particular song. I listened to this soundtrack a lot. It was like my first experience, I think, with downloading like a soundtrack from let's say less than from illicit sources, let's say. Okay, I think I'm starting to see I'm starting to notice where they're holding their sword a little bit more, so that helps me guess more from a distance where they're guarding. Oh, I probably should have. I'm not exactly sure what the difference is between the Nux guy and sword guys. That said, I think that the marquee part of this game is definitely the bosses, and so this is really all just fodder stuff until the bosses, which I think is like a pretty strong collection of like bad guys. Some better than others, but I think this first one is okay. There's a really weird part, I think, if I remember correctly, at the beginning. Alright. Time to bless up in this chest. I do remember a few of the levels being difficult, but we'll see how that fares against 2020 me.
Hey, he's over here. Here we go.
So this one... Oh, okay, well I can't do that then. This one doesn't seem to work as well as I would have hoped, but... That's fine. Soundtrack sounds annoying, but in a good way. What do you mean? Like get stuck in your head kind of way, and it's like really catchy, or what do you mean? Yeah, I'm definitely wishing it had a sprint button, and I'm just remembering now that the Wii Nunchuck does not have a click-in button, so I don't know, even if they did want to make one, I don't know where they'd map it, because they use every button on this thing. Well, maybe not the 2, well, the 2 button does that, so that's very important. But I would have appreciated a sprint option or something. Pretty fast loading times too, if I remember. Oh, this is gonna be weird. Sylvia calls you on your cell phone.
Hey Travis, your ranked fight begins just up ahead. Win, and you will be 10th. Lose, and hell awaits. Are you up to this? Need a bathroom break? Whatever you need to do it now. Your opponent, some call him the Holy Sword. He is good, but I know you can take him. You are the man! I am the girl! He only looks tough because his mother was an ugly bitch! Take it to the red zone! Assassin's way at full throttle! Unleash your power! Show no mercy! Bring me death metal set! When you are prepared to fight, I believe in you and your force. Now, off to the Garden of Madness!
There you go. Obviously, I do not condone her language, but you know this is an M-rated game. When you saw the blood fly, I think you could have expected that pretty easily. Full camera control is nice though. Look at that. You can do this, you know? What's not to like? Alright, so here's where you get one of your wrestling moves, which I don't remember how much this actually factors into the gameplay and how much of it is like stylish. Travis, do you remember those golden days in Calgary? The path of pro wrestling that you have long forgotten? Even if a fragment of the spirit of a wrestler remains in your blood, remember the first suplex that your master taught you. Yes, that's right, the darkness piercing front neck chancery drop, MS. You remembered an old professional wrestling move. So it's basically like Jedi Fallen Order, you know, you already knew all this stuff, but you're being told to remember it, and then you have a flashback, and you remember it, and suddenly you're like way more powerful, and you're using it in situations. They did not. Yeah, I'd be curious to see what the sound quality of that was through the microphone, but. I can't imagine it's great. It's not great on the Wii speaker either. It's like a cool touch for them to use the speaker, and because normally you're supposed to have it up to your ear like it's a phone, you know. But that part of it, it's neat, but I don't think it needs to come over in 3 since I don't think there's a way they can display audio. Oh, there's another one. So here's the boss fight. I'm gonna, if I remember correctly, I should probably not say much during this.
Quite beautiful, wouldn't you say? Paid for with the lives of many. When you have the strength to take life for yourself, that is true wealth. I am free of desire. So long as I have this scenery to look upon, I need nothing more. Please leave me be.
You're the one leaving. In a body bag.
I'll only say this once more. Leave here now!
Me leave? You obviously don't know me.
You don't get it, do you?
Hey, you know what paradise is, right?
Paradise.
This is paradise. The place where dreams are fulfilled. Well, you've had your dream, old man. Time to wake up.
This is no paradise.
All right, then what is it?
A place to die.
I'm glad you and I are on the same page here.
So naive. You have no idea, do you? What a pity. You make an old man cry. Arrogant, crude little shits like you come around from time to time. Listen well, young one. The wall is high, higher than you will ever know. Ultimate sacrifice is sublime. Now draw.
You can take that to your grave.
We're not done yet with the dialogue.
I feel as if I'm looking at mega bucks, big ass house, fast cars, dining in style with a world-class chef and a trusty nutritionist counting every calorie.
So eventually, like they'll
Nurses to attend
they'll block your attacks, so you can only hit them like 4 or 5 times.
On the weekends, tan babes knocking on my door. Every day full of excitement and luxury. Everything in its right place. It's the perfect life. It's the life of winners. That'll be my life. I thirst for silence. Lusting for their own desire get killed by young rookies like me. This is how it goes down. For the old killers, they'll croak anyway. We call this... I realize there's really nothing here for me. So what else can I do to keep going? Maybe I should have been a little more careful before I jumped in. Find the exit. Gotta find that paradise. But I can't see it. There's this sense of doom running down my spine like it's trying to suck the life out of me. I need to be rid before I bail. Something deeper. Deeper than my instincts is taunting me. Can't find the exit. Can't find the exit. Can't find the exit. Can't find the exit.
Not exactly sure what's causing this, but I'm not gonna question it. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna start charging up my thing. Oh. Ooh. There's 3 of them now. Huh. Well, I'm out of attacks here. So that's 20 Legion. That's 2 Legion. Oh! I did some good damage. That's what I was trying to do last time. The dodging and parry stuff seems a little inconsistent, because sometimes I'll dodge and I'll still get hit, but it doesn't really deter me much, so I just keep doing it. It's pretty close to dead here. I'm gonna grab this before. Oh, me. That was the first boss. A little long-winded, but an okay introduction. Not super complicated. I don't know that any of the boss fights are like crazy complicated.
The moment I've been waiting for. The name Holy Sword is now yours.
I'm the Holy Sword
You're
now.
joking, right? I don't care about titles or power. I just want to be #1.
Then
That is a
master
title.
The ways of the assassin.
Here's your ticket to paradise, old man.
That guy's head got cut off. Got a B rank, which I guess is okay. Oh, it's weird that they rank you for how many 777s you got. Well, thanks for hanging out, Mike Spam. Everyone's got to go at some point, right? I will play more Alex at some point. I have no plan. I have every intention of finishing that game. Maximum vitality.
Nice kill, Travis. I didn't think you had it in you. It was rather exciting. Congratulations. You are now ranked 10th.
10th, huh? What? Do I get anything?
How about some cash? That should help you pay the bills.
I'm not feeling the sense of accomplishment that I should have. So I just gotta do this a few more times, right?
If you so choose, yes.
And you will keep your promise?
There is nothing the association cannot do.
And if I refuse?
As the 10th ranked assassin, you are now a target for those who want to replace you. Anytime, anywhere. Number 11 could be right around the corner, ready to put a knife in your eye.
So what you're telling me is that I gotta continue fighting. There's no way out of this. You set me up, bitch.
Quit your bitching and get with the program. There's only one road out of here. No turning back.
Okay, how about this? If I become number 1, will you do it with me?
Oh boy.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Come on, just once.
Yeah, maybe some of this stuff hasn't aged super well, but it was 2007, you know, people, it was the first time anybody had had sex, you know? This was neat at the time, I guess. I get to be in his house. Oh yeah, I forgot about the whole saving his pooping thing. Which he already did before, but I think you can change his clothes too. I think you get a bunch of different shirts and stuff. He gargles and then swallows, which
Am I ready?
I don't think you're supposed to do that.
Anytime. Gotcha.
That's a cool thing. That's spinning your sword is cool.
Moe.
I feel like the game is sort of making fun of, like, I think that poster kind of cements the sentiment that the game kind of likes Travis, but it also kind of puts him in, like, holds him in contempt. I shouldn't be blocking Shy Guy. Insofar as, like, he's kind of like this regular otaku guy who's ascended to this position of assassin and stuff, but he's still, like, he's strong, but he's not cool, you know? You know, and Silva's obviously, like, this coquettish, desirable person. I can't really say for sure if, like, the game ever really interprets that, or if it, or, like, twists that, or does anything interesting with that, but, I think they do a lot more in the second game. But I'm not entirely sure. I have not played these games since like 2008 or 9. Not a lot of customization so far, but you can go buy more stuff. You can just walk out like this. I'm gonna do that instead of wearing that weeb shirt. You have to wear pants, which is fair. Drawer. I think this is for swords. And then he's got, yeah, he's got some porn mags. I do like the idea of this hub here, it being just kind of like your apartment. Santa Destroy Guide. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff you can do. Hotel No More Heroes and ATM. Of course, this stands for Automated Teller Machine. And not anti-tank missile. Although you never know in Santa Destroy. Not sure what the ATM does. Burger Suplex. Burger Suplex. A burger joint with a distinctive sign. A giant, dizzying, spinning burger. Okay. I think these are all the places you do part-time jobs at. Suplex Pizza, a pizza parlor made famous when an Italian once said, "I've never had pizza like this in Italy." It is unconfirmed as to whether this was a compliment or not. A member of the Suplex Group, along with Burger Suplex. Atomic Drop Ward. Atomic Drop Ward. The word desolate was coined here. Well, it would have been if the definition of the word included wild scorpions. Keep your eyes on the ground. Dragon Sleeper 29, yes, this is No More Heroes 1. Ironclaw Point. Ironclaw Point, a very unlucky place. 98% of the population of Santa Destroy does not know its name. The perfect spot for the young, seems like there's 2 spaces there, for the young and reckless to test their courage. Oh, no! Santa Destroy good. Body Slam Beach. A beach that rarely sees any local skin. Higher water contamination brings fewer beachgoers. The water is now a cocktail of industrial waste and Santa Destroy branded sewage. Just stick to the sunbathing here, or you'll catch more than a tan. I like that it paints this place as like super awful San Diego, right? Like Santa Destroy High School. 98% of the children born in Santa Destroy end up here. They have 1 high school in this town. The only thing that isn't taught here is a real education. Yeah, this place sucks. Rolling Cradle Highway Bus Stop. The Cross Country Highway Bus. Everyone living in Santa Destroy dreams of taking the bus out of town. But most of them just end up watching the rear of the bus as it heads out of town. Rounding Body Press Station. Rounding Body Press Station, a subway system that recently went out of operation. Few people used it, and even fewer paid the correct fare. Rolling Cradle Highway. Santa Destroy Junction. Santa Destroy Junction, the highway that connects Santa Destroy with other cities. Those leaving this town never look back. Those coming into town do so with their heads hung low. Yeah, this place sucks. Like, no wonder you'd want to become an assassin here just to get out of it, you know? What else is there? There's the Destroy Stadium. Destroy Stadium. The home field of the pride of Santa Destroy. The professional baseball team, the Santa Destroy Warriors. The only thing they lead the league in is violence towards fans. And yet they're the pride, huh? San Diego isn't super awful to begin with. I don't know. I've never been to San Diego, but I've heard it's like okay. I don't know. I haven't heard it described as being completely garbage. I don't know. Phone. Let's check our phone.
There are no messages.
That's gotta be Travis's voice, right? Oh, toilet is for saving, which we'll do later. No. What's on TV? The first trailer of No More Heroes. Let's not watch that. I don't think we can. But it's cool that they have it. It's in the fridge. Health. It's got like a slice of pizza there and just a bunch of alcohol in there. That's not cool. Oh yeah, so like throughout the levels you find these little cards. And I think they're interspersed throughout all the levels and stuff. I don't know how much they actually do besides being a collectible. But there's something you can pay attention to. And then you can play with Jean, your cat.
You hungry? there.
You can pet the cat. Alright. Let's see what we can do around town. Let's go to the Burger Suplex. So there's my house. They definitely, like this right here, definitely has a GTA vibe. And I think their kind of biggest ambition and honestly their biggest mistake was trying to make this an open world game. The problem is that it's not a very good open world. I think the open world in this is actually pretty desolate and not great, but it, you know, it works in the same way that all open world games do, in that it helps build this really nice sense of place. But it's not like the place that you're trying to build a sense of is not good. So like it's not a particularly like fleshed out location or anything.
The next fight has been arranged. You don't have a lot of time, so I'll just tell you what you need to know. The 9th ranked assassin is currently Dr. Peace.
A doctor?
Actually, a detective. A dirty and unscrupulous detective
Well, what is that?
with plenty of dark secrets about him. Illegal investigations, illicit sales, black marketing. He is your one-stop shop for marketing illegal goods. And on top of that, he is a trained assassin. He's been doing some work for the Mafia, and before you know it, he's up there ranked 9th on the list. To be frank, he's good. You won't stand a chance against him. You're as good as dead. What's it going to be, cowboy?
Put me in, coach.
All right, please transfer 150,000 LB dollars.
What? 150,000 LBs?
Your entry fee, my overhead costs. Don't tell me that you were not expecting so many zeros on that price, or that I am ripping you off or some shit. We have an elite staff in the thousands. Personally, I think it's a bargain.
Okay, I gotcha. But you really think I got that kind of dough on me? What the hell am I supposed to do?
You are supposed to do your job. You've been hired to kill someone, so just do it and quit your whining. Plus, on-the-job training would be good for you. If you're interested, I can introduce you to an agent, an advertisement agency. But really, they're erasers. I'll tell you where it is later. I'm running late for my facial. Catch up later, okay?
What? Ah! No!
So this is where kind of the other not so interesting part of this game comes in that you basically have to do a lot of grinding to get to your next mission, which is like the good part. You can take on assassination missions from K Entertainment, earn enough money to enter the next ranking battle. So like I think the assassination missions are fine, but you know, not great.
Hello, Travis.
Members only. We need high-ranking assassins. If you don't have an introduction ticket, please leave now. We only offer work to those who have proven themselves as hard workers. May you find your true path.
May you find your overcard?
I like the feel. I like a lot of the atmosphere around some of the areas, but I guess I need to get the invite ticket. Job center is now open. You can take on part-time jobs from the job center. Earn enough money to enter the next ranking battle. Press the 1 button to call your bike. Stand next to your bike and press the A button to get on it. Press the plus on the control pad to get off the bike. Press the 2 button to display the mini map.
Travis!
Ooh. Okay. I think there's a way you can make it do 90-degree turns, but I don't remember how. Yeah, so they really did try to give this game a bit of a GTA flair, but I don't think it really works out, to be honest. There's the job center. Have we ever seen any wildlife in a Half-Life game? Alex's pigeons. Not that I can remember. Why are you here, third raider? This is a place where third raiders get together, so you remember. Well, I'll teach you some good stuff. All the first raiders in the world were once third raiders. So third class is the first step up the ladder to first class. Your life will change if you work here. I'll tell you one more thing. How did third raiders become first raiders? Well, that's easy. They worked their damn butts off till they were puking blood, and then they worked some more. Want to be a first raider? If so, just work hard. You chuck up jobs to survive in this town. I'll hook you up with some more work if you do this job well. The job has been posted on the bulletin board. Coconut collector. Collect coconuts, perform a rolling sabat against the palm tree to make coconuts fall. 2,000 for each delivery. Take this job. Let's do some coconut delivery. So, yeah, No More Heroes definitely fixes this problem. Well, doesn't completely remove it, but it definitely makes it a lot more interesting. But in this first game, you are definitely grinding to get to the next spot on the list. Probably just because I don't think that those missions by themselves would have made for a long enough game at the time. Locate client. Head to the client point marked on the map. Where'd my bike go? Oh. It's kind of impressive that they were able to do this on the Wii, but again, not a good idea. But that was kind of done well. The unspoken rules of Santa Destroy are okay, but the coconuts of Santa Destroy are more my thing. Coconuts from these parts fetch a high price. This town is built on coconuts. Coconuts are worth more than human life. Coconuts are God, so gather them now. Gather coconuts and give them to the storekeeper. Use combo attacks on the palm trees to make the coconuts fall. Press the A button repeatedly when carrying coconuts to walk faster.
3, 2, 1, 0.
You gotta mash. I don't know why they give you 3 minutes to do the work, but that's the way.
That's easy. It's easy.
You'd think they would just do it until you were told to stop, you know? Is it only certain trees that work? Are there green coconuts? I mean, to be fair, the other ones didn't necessarily look like coconuts either, but is he gonna, like, say this is a papaya or some shit, and he's gonna be like...
That's easy.
Alright. Maybe that's just like a ripe coconut or something.
It's easy.
I don't know what the upper limit on pressing the A button is here, but I'm pressing it as fast as I can.
It's easy.
I wonder what a speedrun of this game looks like. Because I feel like you'd still have to do a lot of this stuff. So I don't know if it's a super interesting one. Or maybe you just end up doing a lot of clipping and you can just clip to the end of the game. Who knows? think that one doesn't have any. I think that one has some on it. Yeah. It's important to note that he does literally punch the trees, which would probably hurt, but he punches them so hard the coconuts fall off, which is like actually kind of impressive. It's like legitimately impressive in a mundane sense. And not in like the, you know, he's not cutting the trees down, he's not climbing them or anything. So that's kind of weird, but kind of cool. It's like the only thing that makes me like kind of respect Travis.
It's easy.
Well, you did it. Got a gold. 16,000. I need 150,000 though. That's a... Hey, 30 Raider, I've got another job for you. Something a little shadier, perhaps, but work all the same. I've sent an introduction ticket on to my associate. The road to becoming a first raider is long and hard. Get your ass in gear. Do your job. New assassination mission is available. A brand new free fight mission can now be selected. Can I save here? Ranking, side job, config, data. Load data. I guess I gotta go back home and save, which is a bummer, but yeah, I'm gonna call it for today, but first we're gonna drive back home. So yeah, I mean, first impression is it definitely my kind of initial thoughts about revisiting this game is that I would probably like it less now. I do feel like it's aged quite a bit. But I think the parts that I remember fondly, I think do still stick out, and that I like the presentation of it a lot. If I can get off the bike. I mean, the loading can be pretty frequent, but I don't think that any individual load... It's not like, you know, Bloodborne initial load times. So I don't think... Yeah, I don't think these are super long. But they can take... Like, some loads do definitely take longer than others. But... Yeah, I think it's weird because it's hard for... I think with a lot of Suda games, I like them, and I'm pretty secure about that, but... I find them hard to recommend to a lot of people just because they feel so specifically made for me that I'm surprised anyone else likes them, honestly. But, you know, I still like this. I do think that it is, to be fair, this is probably my third favorite Suda game, and I think the other two are, like, they have, you know, they're kind of mechanical issues as well. Less so Killer 7 than Flower, Sun, and Rain, which is probably my second. But, yeah, I think we're going to cut it there today. Can't use the home button here. But for now, I'll be back tomorrow. This is going to be a little while. I do plan to play both this and No More Heroes 2. So it's going to be a little while before I switch to something else. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Obviously, I think it's maybe a little matchy, but it's like, I don't know that that's necessarily a huge problem. You're kind of more there for like kind of like the wacky antics. And I do think that, like, honestly, Lollipop Chainsaw kind of built on a lot of these ideas. But that game was not nearly as interesting as this, so. Alright, thanks everybody for watching, and take care. I will see you guys tomorrow.